Today we're asking the big question, is traditional running becoming obsolete in the age of Hyrox? Because everywhere we look, social media, gyms, race calendars, it's not just marathons anymore. It's sled pushes, wall balls, ski ergs. People aren't just running, they're racing differently. So in this video, Devlin and I are diving deep into, is Hyrox replacing running? Is it just another fitness fad? Or is this the new standard for what it means to be fit?
Lindsey, it's a conversation runners really need to have because how people see fitness is without a doubt changing. This isn't just cardio versus strength, it's about evolution. And honestly, I think running might need a wake-up call.
Dev, running's been around forever. It's ancient, it's hardwired into our DNA. You don't need gear, you don't need a membership, you just go.
True, Lindsey. Running is as primal as it gets. We're literally built for running. Long Achilles tendons, efficient cooling, upright posture. But here's the thing, we've evolved. Our body's capable of more than just forward motion.
Fair, but evolution doesn't mean extinction. Lately though, it feels like running's been shoved aside by something new, something flashier. Hyrox. You can't open Instagram without seeing someone dragging a sled or dying mid-burpee or broad jump.
I know, right? It's a full-on takeover. And you know why? It's because it hits every part of the human system, not just aerobic capacity like running does.
Okay, but hang on. Running builds endurance, VO2 max, mitochondrial density, and it literally rewires your cardiovascular system.
Sure, but so does Hyrox. Except it goes further. Let's break it down. Running mainly trains the aerobic system, even though there may be a bit of high intensity thrown in, especially when we're doing steady state work. It improves stroke volume, capillary density, and fat metabolism. But Hyrox, that's the hybrid. It combines aerobic and anaerobic work. It taps into that phosphagen system during short explosive movements and trains lactate tolerance during high intensity intervals.
You're saying it builds more complete fitness?
Exactly. You're hitting endurance through the runs. You're building power and neuromuscular coordination with sled pushes. Ski erg, rowing, all train upper body endurance, something running barely touches. All of that requires serious movement efficiency, core stability, and motor unit recruitment across multiple planes of motion.
Okay, but it's not like running is simple. It's just underappreciated. Running demands skill, cadence, ground contact time, vertical oscillation, all tied into running economy. A well-trained runner is a machine, and I'd say there's a beauty in its simplicity.
There's no argument there. But that's exactly the point. Hyrox isn't about replacing running, it's about pushing the ceiling. It asks, can you hold form and speed after your legs are cooked from lunges? Can your heart rate recover during transitions? Can your grip hold under fatigue after wall balls and farmers carries? That's resilience training, Lindsey. It's integrated stress across systems, just like real life.
So Dev, you're saying Hyrox is closer to like functional fitness?
Not just functional, repeatable, trackable, and scalable. Each race is exactly the same format. 1K run, station, repeat 8 times. You can test yourself against anyone in the world. You get the data, the splits, the rankings, not just feel fitter, but you know you're fitter.
Okay, I'll admit, that repeatability is part genius. Running races vary by terrain, weather, even GPS glitches. Hyrox is controlled chaos.
Exactly. And let's talk injury prevention. Hyrox demands eccentric control, joint mobility, posterior chain strength, all areas traditional runners fall short. It's not uncommon to see runners with strong engines but weak hamstrings and glutes or tight hips. Hyrox exposes and fixes that.
All right, so Hyrox builds total body athleticism, but what about mental training? Running is still the ultimate mirror. Long distance tests patience, discipline, and grit.
And Hyrox doesn't? Try doing wall balls at 90% of your max heart rate after a 1K sprint and sled pulls. That's pure mental warfare. Plus, the variety keeps you mentally engaged. Running can be meditative or monotonous, depending on the person.
Okay, that's fair. But there's still something sacred about lacing up and heading out. No gear, no hype, just breathe and footsteps.
And I respect that. But I'm not saying to choose one or the other. We're saying, why not both? Running gave us the base, Hyrox just layers on top.
Maybe the better question isn't, is running dead? Maybe it's, is running enough anymore?
Exactly. Because fitness in 2025 isn't about pace alone. It's about durability, versatility, and performance under load.
So, running's not dead, it's evolving. And Hyrox, it's part of that evolution.
Yeah, Hyrox didn't kill running. It reminded runners that they're athletes. They're not just these endurance machines. And if you're figuring out all of this on your own, there's one more thing you should definitely check out. Our next video, 5 huge mistakes self-coach runners make. It breaks down the most common ways runners accidentally hold themselves back, especially when you're training without a coach. We'll see you there.